Climate change. Let's talk about it, by Samantha Redlick. The Philippines is often called the ground zero for climate change because it faces some of the harshest impacts of global warming. Located in the Pacific Typhoon Belt, the country experiences some of the strongest typhoons in the world, along with rising sea levels, droughts and heat waves. These changes are not random, they are signs of how much our planet has been damaged. What makes it more painful is that the Philippines contributes so little to global carbon emissions, yet it suffers the most. This unfair reality shows how climate change affects countries differently, with developing nations like ours paying the price for problems caused mostly by industrialized nations. The stories of Typhoon Yolanda survivors are among the most heartbreaking examples of this crisis. Thousands of people lost their homes, families, and livelihoods when the typhoon struck in 2013. Even years later, many continue to rebuild their lives. Their experiences reveal how climate change can destroy communities in an instant, and how important it is for us to take action before more disasters happen. At the same time, their strength and determination show the resilience of Filipinos who continue to rise no matter how devastating the circumstances are. Climate change has also deeply affected the indigenous peoples of the Philippines. And it angers me. These communities depend directly on nature for their survival, so when forests are cut down or farmlands dry up, their lives are immediately impacted. Their traditions and cultures, which are built around caring for the environment, are at risk of disappearing. Despite this, indigenous people continue to set an example of how to live sustainably and respect the balance of nature. Their knowledge and practices can guide us in creating a more responsible and sustainable relationship with the environment. They deserve better. Non-government organizations, NGOs, also play a major role in addressing climate change. I believe they are doing a great job. Groups like Greenpeace Philippines, Haribon Foundation, and WWF work hard to raise awareness, plant trees, and support disaster relief efforts. They help communities recover and educate people about how they can protect the planet. Their dedication inspires others to take part in environmental protection, proving that small actions can create big change when people work together. Yes, the Philippine government has made efforts to respond to climate change through programs and agencies such as the Climate Change Commission and the implementation of the Climate Change Act. These aim to strengthen disaster preparedness, promote renewable energy, and protect the environment. However, there are still challenges such as weak implementation, lack of funding, and inconsistent follow-through. While the government has made progress, more consistent and transparent action is needed to truly make a difference. Laws are not enough. They must be practiced and enforced effectively to protect the people most affected by climate disasters. It sickens me how much urgency is lacking. On a global level, international conferences such as COP27 play an important part in the fight against climate change. These conferences bring together leaders from around the world to discuss solutions, reduce greenhouse gas emissions, and provide support for developing nations like the Philippines. They aim to create global cooperation and accountability, reminding everyone that climate change is a shared problem that needs shared responsibility. However, these efforts will only be effective if promises are turned into real action rather than just words. One statement that deeply resonates with me is, "If decision makers acted correctly before, do you think my parents and family would still be alive?" It's painful because it's true. This question is both painful and powerful because it reflects the loss and anger of those who have suffered from disasters caused by human neglect. Many lives could have been saved if leaders had acted sooner. But it also challenges us to do better today, to learn from those mistakes and take responsibility for the future. We can't change what happened, but we can prevent it from happening again by choosing to act, care, and protect our planet. Climate change is no longer a distant threat. It is a reality that we live in every day. The Philippines stands at the front line of this global crisis, but we also have the strength, wisdom, and resilience to face it. Through the efforts of our people, our government, and the global community, we can still make a difference before it's too late. The fight against climate change is not just about saving the planet, it is about saving lives, protecting cultures, and securing a future where no one has to suffer because of the mistakes of the past. Make an effort. Thank you.